Okay, here's the forms, and as you can see, the plywood is still on them, and the reason for that is it's really hot and windy up here, and I wanted to kind of give the concrete every chance to cure as much as it can in a positive environment, and that positive environment is a high moisture environment ideally. But when you have full sunshine and 30-mile-an-hour winds every day, that sucks the water right out of that concrete. And I know they're just footings, but you know, I've got to drive on it pretty soon to backfill the inside with the tractor and stuff. So I just wanted to make sure that they had a good 7-day cure, or as much as possible. So we're going to leave the plywood on them just for a few more days. The same is true for ye old power hammer base. We're going to do the same thing. In a couple more days we'll pop these forms off and then start backfilling and get this thing filled up. We basically need to fill this whole thing up in the center. In the last few days it's been raining so much, this has been actually a swimming pool. But once we get this all backfilled in and leveled off, we're gonna start chiseling on some ponderosa pine. Well, what do you think? I think these are gonna work pretty good. These little timber supports are just the right height for me to set a timber on, and once I set them on, then I'll be just about the right height to straddle the timber and sit on that boring machine and hand crank those mortise holes. And it's also a pretty good height for me to sit on the timber and kind of do whatever else I got to do with the timber. I'm also going to be making some new sawhorses. I've got some old sawhorses that I made 25 years ago, just out of some scraps and in 30 seconds, you know, thinking that I was going to make some better ones in a couple of days. These were just to get me by for that day. Well, that was 25 years ago and they're still around, so I guess I made them okay. But I'm going to make some stronger ones. Still pretty simple. I think the way I'm going to make them, I think should be plenty strong to support the weight of those timbers. I don't think you really need, nor do I have time really right now actually, to make some timber frame sawhorses. I kind of got to get moving, so I'm going to throw those together. I think they should work. I guess once we throw one of them 8x10s on there, I guess we'll find out if these sawhorses I'm going to make are going to hold them or not. I'll make sure and keep my toes out of the way. But I just wanted to give you guys a little update on what's going on. We've been in limbo a little bit because of the rain. It's been raining for about 3 days. Thunderstorms are just kicking our butt right now. And I do work full-time still, so I have limited time available to work on this project, and when I get home and when it's raining, it's kind of a bummer. But it's kind of good. The concrete's getting rained on, and that's fine. You kind of saw me go over those forms and what I'm going to do with those. We'll have those stripped in a couple days, and then we got to backfill everything and get that all ready to go. And then once I get those other sawhorses built, next week we should be sawing on a timber. That's for dang sure. So thanks for watching, guys. We're going to be out of town for a couple of days, and then we'll be back in town and we're going to get rolling. So the next video might be a few days out, but hang in there. We're going to make progress. I know it seems slow, but we're trugging along. So if you're a first-time viewer, make sure you subscribe. If you want to follow along with the journey, make sure you hit that like button. It helps the channel. And we'll see you guys next time.